Loving from each other.
Like shit, man.
We got KP in the building, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I close my eyes, imagine that you still here. Shit still fuck me up to this day, it don't feel real. This for all my niggas that's gone and some that's still here.
How you do that? First nigga walk on the moon on the pool. How the fuck you do that? How you do that?
Ain't even wanna talk about this shit, but now you make me. I just told my bitch I need some space, I hope she wait for me. I just served the pastor and I told that nigga pray for me. Shit been going downhill, I still keep my head high. I move different, if I gotta front you, it's a deadline. He said he ain't heard of me, nigga you a damn lie. Young rich nigga, I throw an extra nug. I keep gunners with me all the time, like I be with Thug. 42 shots out the drum, free that nigga Doug. I was rich before the pandemic, I knew how to judge. Real trap nigga, ran up a 50, still ain't active. Did some fake shit behind my back, now my back itches. Look raw, but they don't hit that hard, we call that catfish. They keep asking how I get the racks in, cause I stacked it. Self-made, young and better, go and ask around, nigga. She cute in the face, I just might pay to get her ass nigga. She do what I say, cause I ain't nothing like her last nigga. I put it down, then I put it on, and plus my bag bigger. Before I die, I need at least 100 million. If you can't up a dud, then you probably won't feel me. Flyer than my ops, I never been to Philly. All them niggas broke, still riding bikes, nigga pop a wheelie. Before I die, I need at least 100 million. If you can't up a dud, then you probably won't feel me. Flyer than my ops, I never been to Philly. All them niggas broke, still riding bikes, nigga pop a wheelie. City, I thought that you knew that. Slide through the V10's darker than me, and I hardly could see. Got the police too mad. Got the police too mad, Tell me you ain't got a bad, why you worry about mine? He part of my clique, I make sure that he fine. You ain't tryna cop, just don't wasting my time. I hit a few weights, but I only wipe dimes on bro. Free all my niggas, got jammed by them folks. Bando got 8 and I told him keep hope. My little one straight cause his daddy ain't broke. Some say I'm a sheep and some say I'm a goat. Beat from the back, she say damn you a pro. Been waiting to crash, so I put on the show. Ran on my sack and I threw all my goals. Next time I'ma float, I'm playing J&O. Remember them days used to pull by that stove? Like what you need, I got nicks for the fold. Fuck that little check off on codeine and clothes. Then ran it back up off on low pro. I gotta stay on my toes like I'm short. Back was so big, got a spark for the torch. Boy broke his leg, tryna jump off the porch. Once you married, the street was so hard to divorce. Overslept off the drink, almost missed court. I don't hate on no man, I'm a good sport. I'm just saying you broke, you a real dork. Catch a place every day like I'm 6'4". I know a nigga who broke and he cool with it. He ain't me. Draped the designer got something to do with me. It ain't cheap. Cheapest thing on me, my socks and they 250. He can't be nothing like me, I'm the one and the only. Tracy.
This is the Plugs Podcast. DJ Big B, this is Studio 353. And we got a special guest in the building today. We got a young, talented artist from Buffalo, New York. He been putting in a lot of work. And I've been paying attention, you know what I'm saying? He been running around with me and my gang for a little minute now, you know what I'm saying? And we've been putting in pain together. So I want to introduce you to my homie, K Pistol.
The biggest. It's popping with you, gang.
Man, I'm coolin', man. I'm coolin'. How you?
I'm good. I'm great. God willing. You feel me?
Word.
Chilling.
So what you been up to, man? What's going on, man? Like, you know, what type of mark you trying to leave in this rap game, man?
The biggest mark. I ain't gonna lie. Right now, I ain't gonna lie. I just been putting my head down, just getting all my work in, and still networking, finding all my marketing and shit, putting this budget together. But right now, I just got my head down. I'm in the stew heavy right now. I ain't gonna cap.
Fire.
Been in the lab.
Fire. Yeah, that's definitely dope, man. That's one thing, like, I be trying to tell artists all the time, like, you gotta stay in the lab. Like,
No, for
you
sure.
can't get comfortable with this shit, you know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact. And that's just step one. You gotta stay in these motherfuckers' face and their ear, all that. You gotta stay consistent with everything.
That's a fact. So, tell me about Designer Brand, man. What's going on with that, man? Because I'm hearing a lot of noise online and in the streets about this Designer Brand. What's going on?
And this shit going crazy right now. We going viral. Big Designer Brand shit. That's my brand though. That's me and my bro. Shout out my boy Swag, my boy Sideshow on Instagram. We put that shit together. I don't even think it probably was like a year ago. Yeah, because I think like last summer was our first drop or around then. So yeah, me and bro, we put that shit together and then we just went full-fledged with that shit. You know? Next thing you know, I start working on kicks, all type of different shit. I'm trying to fuck them up. I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot of shit in tune with that designer brand shit.
That's fire, man. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of, big names around the town rocking that designer brand, man.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
I definitely
Only
be
the
paying attention.
Only the biggest could wear this shit. And it ain't like it's just no humble shit like this shit. You feel me? It's official. It's real official shit. All designed by me, hand designed, everything hand picked, the material all the way up to the motherfucking tags on this shit. Feel me?
Fire. So what's your plans for designer brand? Where you trying to take it?
Trying to take that shit as far as it'll take me. I ain't gonna lie. I really started it on some, like I said, on some, like, me and bro just, it's crazy because he was like, man, I want to make a designer called Designer. I'm like, that's studio. And then we just ran with that shit. But now it's more so like, this shit, like, it just became more part of the lifestyle like everything else. I just be chilling. But, like, I spend so much on designer clothes, I just start making my own. That's really what it is, honestly.
That's fire. That's fire. So, is it in any stores right now? Like, can you get it? Is it just exclusive online? Like, tell us about it.
Only way you could get designer brand is if you DM me, DM my boys, DM anybody from the gang. They'll get you in touch with me first off, or you could go to www.designerbrand.com. Designer is spelled with 2 I's. Designerbrand.com, and you can shop anything that's out right now or available. You can shop on there, or if you on the Instagram, it's some shit that's not available on the site that you can get through me off the Instagram type shit. Like if you see something I post, slide up. I might have it in your size in a cut or something. You feel me? Money talk.
Fire. Yeah, that's definitely dope, man.
Appreciate it.
So now tell me, cause I definitely seen you on BET Jams. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
Like,
sure.
tell me about that, man. How did you make that play, and what did you gain from that play?
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was surreal. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was crazy to me because it's like every young motherfucker growing up, you watched BET. I don't know what y'all call it, like what channel it's on where y'all from, but where I'm from, it was channel 36. Niggas watch channel 36.
That's a fact.
You feel me? BET Jams back when what's the nigga name? I forget, Terrence. I think Terrence was the one nigga name. Back when all of them was on that shit, when it was 106 in Park, matter of fact.
Yeah.
They switched it to BET Jams and shit. Like, so that shit was just crazy for me because, like, I've been watching that shit since, like, a jit. So it's like, that shit was raw as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I ended up meeting this one DJ. I ain't gonna give y'all too much information. That's enough for y'all. If you like me, you'll figure it out. I ended up bumping into this one DJ and shit. And I'm asking him, like, yeah, what all you offering shit? And it's crazy because he ain't just get me on BET Jams. That's the same nigga who got me on Shade 45 too. I was on Shade 45 around the same time I was on BET Jams.
Okay.
Feel me?
Okay.
Shade 45, one of the biggest.
I did notice you was on Shade 45 too. I said, man, this boy making noise out here.
First
man.
one to do it from the town too. Don't let anybody else fool you. Big sin treader. I've been doing this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I be doing everything first too. I gotta start saying that just because motherfuckers be like, where you get all that sin treader shit? Like, bro, everybody is doing what I did. Like, all jokes. Right. I'm like Soulja Boy out here. No cap. I'm like Soulja.
Nah, for real. Definitely. Definitely. That's a fact, man. Your name is definitely ringing bells in the town right now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Now the Shade 45, like, do you got a direct connection with them to continue forward? Or was that just a one-time thing?
Nah, I could, like, that shit wasn't a one-time thing when it happened, though. It was spinning for the whole month. Like, I paid for a whole month. Like, you got to come out of pocket for that. It's a pretty penny, but I paid for the whole month. I was on, and I was in around prime time hours between, like, 5 and I think, what was it, DJ Walla? I think his set be, like, 5 to 7 or, like, 5 to 9, I want to say, or something like that. So I was getting some good spins, I ain't gonna lie, for like a month straight. I could double back on it. I just ain't pushing no single right now. I'm just, like I said, my head down right now. I'm just trying to figure out my whole situation. I got a lot of shit on my table too.
Yeah, that ain't me though. That motherfucker going right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's the one. I ain't gonna lie. That's my highest joint on YouTube. And it might be my highest streamed on Apple. I gotta check. I got some hitters on Apple, but that's my highest video right now. I'm trying to get to my first 50 ball, man. If you watching this, go tune in. K Pistol ain't me. K space PI $TOL ain't me. On YouTube, man. I think we had, like, last time I checked, it was probably like a week or two ago. Probably like 46K.
That's fire. Yeah, them big numbers, man. Them is numbers that, a lot of people wish they could put down. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
A lot of these guys around here walking around acting Hollywood, they only got 800 views. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't got no motion.
Yeah, man, you got to put that pain in to get, get that response that you want. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
And you can't be putting out one song a year thinking that you're going to get nominated for awards and...
Hell no. I was talking to a couple of people about that shit. I hopped on Blue Paper Live for a little second when we was in the A. And I was telling them like, bro, y'all be acting like y'all too good for shit. How y'all want people to nominate y'all for shit when you don't do no shows? You ain't outside at the parties networking.
Right.
You ain't pulling up to the parties having the DJ spin your shit. Like niggas not familiar with you. Like that internet shit only go but so far. Niggas gotta tap into real life at some point. You feel me? Like get outside.
That's a fact.
That's what this year, that's what my goal was. Like I'm more of a like chill, laid back. I do my shit on the internet, you feel me, make it look good. But now I'm outside with it. I realize you gotta get your feet wet, you feel me? Like I don't really like partying, but I know for this I got to. You feel me? I got to get out there, and I'm making most out of every party too. I'm going in there, yo, you trying to spin this motherfucker? You play this motherfucker? All right. Matter of fact, let me see the mic real quick. Feel me? Pop my shit. You gotta get your way in there, maneuver.
That's a fact. So you just came back from Atlanta. You know, tell me about that trip, man. Tell me. What did you gain from that trip?
I ain't gonna lie, the gang took me out there. I went out there with We Make Hits. Shout out the gang. Shout out We Make Hits. You feel me? They took me out there. They was doing the Indie Fest. I ain't really I ain't perform or nothing. I just went out there really to network and to vibe with the gang, like, cause I just want to vibe with the gang. You feel me? See what's going on and shit. You feel me? So we went out there. That shit was crazy though. That shit was lit. That shit was lit as hell. And it's like if Fake taught me how to move a little different. Like usually when I'm out in the A, I'm on some like me, my cameraman, and my girl. So it's only like 3 of us. So we maneuvering way different when it's on Sprinter vans. It's like 20 niggas. You hop out 20 niggas deep. You feel me? Like that shit was a vibe. That shit was crazy. That was a great experience. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
That shit was lit.
Yeah, it was definitely lit.
That shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, how do you feel about that crowd and the big stage? And
that shit was lit. That was the best part. I ain't gonna lie. It was packed out a motherfucker. Everybody in that shit was paying attention too. That's what I liked about that crowd. Like it was like a more attentive crowd. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it was like everybody was all eyes on you until you did something where they ain't really fucking with you. You feel me? You gotta fuck up your chance. Like it was more like some innocent until proven guilty type shit. But no, that shit was lit. It was like the energy was crazy. I went up there for Shane Graham shit. Shane Graham set. Shout out, bro. We went up there and turned that bitch out. That shit was crazy. Like the energy, you could feel that shit up there. Like it felt like the stage was kind of shaking in a sense. I don't know. Maybe I was just turned though. I was just busting that night. It was lit. It was crazy. That shit was rocking.
Definitely lit, man.
That shit was rocking. I ain't gonna lie.
I done did some big crowds, man, but that crowd had that energy, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody was there for a purpose. You feel me? Like everybody was there to have a good time. It seemed like.
Yeah, everybody was there for the same reason. So like people gonna respond better. You know what I'm saying, when they tapped in. Like if it's a crowd full of R&B singers, you know what I'm saying, they might not like all the rap.
No, for sure.
But if it's a crowd full of rappers and trappers, everybody gonna be tapped
in. They
in,
turned on that bitch.
Yeah, man, that joint was definitely fire.
I ain't gonna lie.
The Sprinter van experience was definitely dope. Just not having to drive.
That shit was violent. I ain't gonna lie. That was like my first time ever going out of town and not driving. Except for like when I was younger, I used to go OT and like catch Ubers and shit. But like the Sprinter van, different. Nigga, we was on that motherfucker playing GTA. On that bitch playing GTA, smoking hella thoink, getting trees, playing GTA, playing Madden and shit. That shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was lit.
Right.
That shit was lit.
So do you have a personal engineer that you normally go to all the time, or do you just go wherever it sound good?
Right now I'm only fucking with Tyree Hames. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only engineer I'm fucking with right now.
Shout out Tyree.
It ain't shit else going on in the town. If it ain't going through that shit right now, it ain't even worth it. And I ain't even saying that just because that's my manager. Cause I've been going at ever since my man Dre left. Shout out Dre too. Ever since bro left though, like I've been trying to find a studio, and it's the only studio I can record at home right here at 353. I can't record nowhere else. It don't sound good enough.
That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's a fact.
I need that quality.
Now, you recently did some shows in the town. I seen a video you posted.
Yeah.
At the Chic Lounge, man. That joint looked like he was in Atlanta. Like,
I ain't gonna lie,
that, man.
That shit, the vibes was giving me Atlanta vibes. Like it felt like one of them lounges out there, a nice little hookah lounge. Feel me? They should have had some motherfucking food in that bitch. I was high as hell, but that
Yeah.
shit was busting though. That shit was crazy. The show was lit. Show was lit. Turned that bitch out. I think I only did like one song that ain't me shit. Like I said, tap into that. That shit was busting. Like go watch the video. You gonna see. You gonna see
Fire.
everybody else's faces while we in there turning that bitch up too. And you can ask anybody. We made that. We fucked it up in there. I ain't gonna lie. They had to clean up for like 30 minutes before they let anybody else perform or something. Clean that bitch up real quick.
No.
Niggas was tripping over money in that bitch.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, who would you say got the best gas in the town? You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Go
Come
ahead,
on
man.
now. Now you know. Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm really like if you want to get some, I don't want to say if you want to get some units, man, you could come chop it up with me. But my boy Exotics and them boys, they having that za. That's that rapper weed. Like I ain't really having a rapper. I ain't really into the little fancy bags and all that little cute shit. You feel me? But Brody Exotics and them though, the only place I'm smoking when I'm getting some Zaza. You feel me? Only hitting Exotics. I ain't smoking no other za because it ain't that unless it's from bro and them. I ain't gonna cap.
Fire. That's
So,
fire. So we definitely just did open mic, man. Just shed some light on that, man. Tell me what you think about the open mic. We just getting back to doing it after like maybe a 4-month
definitely was a little
hiatus. So just let me know, man. Like, you know, what do you think the pros and the cons is of open mic as far as just being an artist? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, for me personally, I like open mics because I usually go into the motherfuckers and I usually like when I'm going for this purpose, I usually go and like just play some unreleased shit just to look at motherfuckers' faces, honestly. Like catch a vibe, see if motherfuckers nodding their head, see if motherfuckers catching bars like that I'm laying down, you feel me? See if I catch a cool ooh ahs, you feel me? Testing out my unreleased shit. That's what I usually use it for. But that shit could be used for a lot of shit. Like if you got a single that you trying to push, you should be performing that shit at every venue you could get in. Just so it's in everybody's face and everybody's ear. And even if it is the same crowd, if you do the same song that's good in front of the same crowd 5 times, there's no way they're not gonna fuck with it. So it's like it could be a lot of pros to it. It ain't really no cons to it either. It's like, I mean, if you getting paid for shows, don't go pay for a show, obviously. But like you ain't getting paid for no shows, nigga, go do that marketing, go get your promo in. Go, you feel me? Get all your shit going. That's how you get your name out there.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact,
Keep
man.
people familiar with you. Gotta stay in their face.
You can't be too bougie to pull up to
Sure.
an open mic, man. This is almost like, you know, you paying, you know, a short to get in and you able to showcase your music for,
You feel me?
you know, anywhere from 40 to 50 to 100 people, depending on, you know, how big the venue is and where we at. So,
Oh, that's a
you
fact.
know, like, how do you feel about people paying for showcases and paying for shows? It's a lot of people been upset about that. Like, you know, they've been like, oh,
Man,
why do I gotta pay? You know, why do I gotta pay to get on the show? Like, you know, tell me what's your thoughts on that?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm one of them niggas that's like I just go with what it is. So like, but you gotta just do your research and everything that's not worth it to you is not the same for somebody else. Like everybody got a whole different game plan, a whole different ball. Like you feel me? So it's like me personally, I pay for certain shows, but I look at the show and see who else is all on the lineup. What's the show for? Like, is it a contest or is it like you just showcasing your talent? Is it like or is it like you opening for somebody? Like, usually when I'm opening for somebody, I go and look up the motherfucker if I don't already know the motherfucker and I see what is it worth it? You feel me? Like, so you gotta really ask yourself, is it worth it? Sometimes it be worth it, sometimes it don't.
Right.
Like people, you do get motherfuckers who throw trash ass weed events or something in the town and want $100 for a slot, and it's about all of the vendors in there and you. I wouldn't pay for that either, but you gotta know what's worth it. You gotta do your research and like don't just be spending your bread on anything. That's what any investment though. You feel me? Gotta do your research.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact, man. I'm a big supporter of paying your way in this industry,
No,
even
for
at
sure.
this level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I paid for a lot of shit. I paid for everything.
Right.
Everything.
Absolutely. Like you damn near got to go for broke with this shit. You know
No,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Because
That's 100.
ain't nobody gonna give you no handouts. Ain't nobody gonna spoon feed you into this shit. Like you gotta really,
Nobody.
you gotta really want this, and you gotta really make a way and make a budget for it. You know, like, you know, you could pick them Jordans, or you could
Go
buy some
get you
studio
some,
time.
you feel
You know what I'm
me?
saying? You get you a pair of white forces instead of getting them Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mhm.
done just saved $150.
It's called sacrifice. Hell
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Then when you get your motion, you know what I mean?
Now you go ahead, you do what you do.
Exactly.
Pop your shit.
Exactly.
It's one thing to help a motherfucker, then it's one thing to give something to a motherfucker. I help everybody that I fuck with.
Right.
Like in any way that I can, like even if it might fuck me up if you fuck me over. If I trust you and I love you and you feel me, I fucks with you, I'ma look out for a nigga. But it's like, how many times I gotta look out for a motherfucker and a motherfucker fuck up until it's like, all right, now you leeching, you feel me? Like it become a habit after a certain point. So it just be like,
Yeah.
certain shit you just can't do for certain motherfuckers. But that's back to what I was saying though. You gotta know who you dealing with too. You gotta, for me, know what situations is what.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So I got a little funny topic I want to talk about.
Yeah.
People. Okay, so what's your thoughts on water bugs versus roaches? Because in the southern states, you know, we seem to have these bugs that they look like roaches to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to a lot of other people, but then some people will say, "Oh no, those are water bugs. They're not roaches." You know, how do you feel about it?
I ain't gonna lie. My first time going down to the A, my mans was telling me about them and shit. But I ain't really like think nothing about it and shit. You feel me? We go to the hotel. It's me and my girl. We go to the hotel. I'm brushing my teeth. A big ass, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, come out the motherfucker. Like it come from behind the mirror and run.
Yeah.
Bruh, I was ready to move all my shit out. And then matter of fact, we did end up switching. We switched to something else. We switched to another, I think we switched to another hotel like closer to the city too, because we was like further out. And they was everywhere there too. Like not everywhere, but like you would see them outside. They everywhere. Like you walking up the street, you gonna see them shits running through the cracks.
Right,
Like,
right.
no cap, they like ants out there.
Right.
So that's why I don't think they really. To get back to the question, that's why I don't really think they roaches though, because like them shits be too everywhere.
They outside.
They everywhere. Like they everywhere. But then again, they so similar that I don't want neither one of them in
Right.
my house. I ain't gonna lie.
Right, yeah, I definitely was a little disturbed when I seen him in the house, but
Yeah.
you know, by the second, third day, you know, I was just like, you know what it is.
No,
what it
that's
is,
definitely
man.
that's definitely the A for you though. Like anything in the inner city, I feel like I be seeing them shits. Like, but when I stay like in the little outskirts and shit, I don't really see them too often unless I'm outside or something.
Okay.
Feel me?
All right, so we in August right now.
Yeah.
We got fourth quarter
Do
pressure
your
coming
shit.
up right now. You know what I'm saying? Fourth quarter, you know what I mean? Now it's put up or shut up, and then, you know, top of the year. Like, what's your plans for fourth quarter and going into the top of the year? Like, you got any projects coming out? Any big major shows lined up yet? Like, what do you have going on?
Right now, you gonna get the drop because I ain't even tell my manager this. I ain't tell nobody this. But I'm about to drop this EP. I got all the mixing and mastering back for all of that shit. So I'm about to drop this EP. I'm waiting for the cover art. It should be done tomorrow. Then I'm gonna link up with the gang, see when they dropping, so we can work around some dates and shit. So I don't really got a date for it yet, but I got an EP that's coming real soon. So that's what I'm about to really push. I got about 4 videos still in the vault, some old shit, some new shit that ain't even gonna be on this EP. So I'm gonna end up shooting some videos to the EP, see what y'all fucking with, you feel me? But for this fourth quarter, I'm about to push this little EP. You feel me? I ain't really drop a real project since last year. Like Big Centrator was my last real project. The Scuff
Okay.
Files was really like a mixtape, you feel me? I just threw that out there. They all rough draft, you feel me? It was just something. It was like something like how Herbie doing it strictly for my fans type
Right,
shit.
right,
You feel me?
right.
I just threw it out there because homies heard some of the shit. Some motherfuckers, word got around. Motherfuckers want to hear that shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just drop some of this shit for them. Feel me? But yeah, I'm about to drop this EP coming real soon. Designer. I'm going crazy with the designer right now. Hoodies out right now. The kicks will be out by the end of the month. And I got some crazier colorways coming on them. What else I got in the works? Ain't gonna lie, I'm just working right now though. I don't really got no direction with this shit. I'm just living free right now. I got a situation on the table too though, so I'm working on a situation too. So I don't really want to say too much on that yet, but something might get crazy. It's about to get crazy.
Yeah, y'all better stay tuned.
It's
You
about
know
to
what I'm
get crazy.
saying? Y'all better definitely stay tuned. Now anybody you want to shout out? Like any last words before we wrap this up?
Man, shout out DJ Big B. That's my DJ, you feel me? Like, if I do any shows and they letting me bring my set DJ, I'm hitting up DJ Big B. So book DJ Big B or I'm not coming to the party. If you ain't gonna book him for the party, I'm not coming to perform. Not for free, at least. Gotta pay me. Who else? Shout out the studio, you feel me? Shout out 353. Shout out the gang. Big We Make Hit shit. Take Money, Scut Money, BB, Those Stars, all that. I'm still all that gang shit, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
Feel me? I ain't. Man, shout out K Pistol. Big Sin Shredder out right now. Tap in. K space PI $TOL. You don't use a $, you won't find.
All right, y'all. This is the Plugs Podcast, man. We about to sign off. This episode 1.
Plugs, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all better tap in. For real.
Yeah, Ace. I feel these drugs taking over my body, this how I cope though. I put all my hoes in Dior, Chanel, Coco. I just got a load, I fuck around, do a BOGO. Don't let me get the low, little bro, a shoot from the logo. Get it done, Brody moved down south, I'm finna send him one. I drip every single place I go, I fuck around, slip a son. They said all you rap about is drugs, that's cause I get a ton. I sit in jail before I tell where I get it from. I'm the plug, she pop out looking good, I throw an extra nug. I keep gunners with me all the time, like I be with Thug. 42 shots out the drum, free that nigga Doug. I was rich before the pandemic, I knew how to judge.